Alright, welcome back, D-Fits. I want to talk about a front rack and a back rack position for your dog. Mounting your dog on your front rack and mounting your dog on the back rack for the person who's doing back squats, front squats. You'll see a lot of the different kind of things under the daily dog drill. And so I want to make sure we're doing this properly, because in the very beginning, when you're introducing this to your dog, it's an unnatural position for your dog. So your dogs are going to have a tendency to want to jump out. And that's fine. Try not to get frustrated at that, but we're going to instill stability into your dogs so that they don't do that. We want the dogs to be comfortable and being held in our arms or on our backs. It may seem weird, however, when you're on a mission or when you're doing a track or something like that, there's going to be times where you need to carry your dog. And the last thing you want, as I've said before, is your dog to jump out of your arms. You want to be used to carrying them and not dropping them. And this is also obviously a way to integrate our dogs into our fitness regimen. So what we're going to do for a front rack is I have my dog sitting on, it doesn't have to be this exact height, but just something kind of high up, just so I can reach around up to my stomach area, and just so that I can not have to bend over to pick the dog up. So basically, I'm going to tell my dog to stand. Artemis, stand. Stand up. Good, stand. What I'm going to do is, instead of coming under my dog on the belly, which would be uncomfortable for the dog, because when a dog's being carried, the dog typically would rather have their legs being stabilized on something. So I'm going to come around right here and just kind of collapse their legs together and hold like this. And that way it's still a good grip for me, but my dog now is a little more comfortable, almost as if they're lying down in my arms. And so now I can easily do my front squats or do whatever the workout says to do with that front rack position. Okay? Now, in a realistic situation, you're not going to be as concerned with the technique and the form of whether or not the legs are perfectly right. However, that is a good and proper way to mount your dog on your front rack position, and it should translate to to realistic situations. Now, when talking about doing a press with your dog, that's a different kind of a mount. What we're going to do, obviously, we're not going to be holding the dog as if we're hugging the dog, because we wouldn't be able to perform a press that way. So what we're going to do, Artemis, turn. Sweet, turn. Easy, girl. Good turn. Because instead of coming around like a hug, I'm going to essentially, you can't really see, so I'll kind of turn her a little bit. Easy, girl. I'm going to come up, not in the neck, I don't want to choke my dog out, but I'm going to come up and put my thumb right on their chest, and in the crease of my hand in between my thumb and index finger, I'm going to kind of put that on the shoulder. And then with my left hand, or you can do this, the other way around, but I kind of am used to this way. My left hand would come under the belly and just grip the belly, and now I have her up like this. And what I want to do with this is be able to have her legs rest on my shoulder. So as I press up, she's in the air, she comes down, and you see her right back hind leg is now coming on my shoulders and is resting. And so now she has something that she can kind of stabilize herself on as she's in that front rack in order to press. Now be careful. Be careful on coming back down, because if you're coming back down very fast, your dog is going to have a tendency to scratch you in the face, and you don't want that to happen. So just come back down slowly on that press and get yourself used to that leg coming back on the shoulder, so that they can come back into that Plutz position, that lying down position onto your shoulders. Now for a back rack, it's going to be a little easier, and it's going to be more comfortable for your dog, because they're actually going to be lying down in your back, and they're not going to be held up and braced by your arms. Artemis, stand. Good up there. Sweet, stand. Good, stand. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to put my head through, but instead of putting my head through and having her legs come over my neck right here, I'm going to put my arm through her hind legs. There you go. There we go. Alright, so right now she's lying down on top of my shoulders with her, and I can just, I don't even have to hold on to her really. Now when I'm doing the movement, I want to hold on to her. But her front left leg and her front back leg are over my right shoulder, and her back left and right leg are over my left shoulder. So she's just comfortably lying down on my back. And now when I'm doing the back squats or lunge steps, or whatever the movement may be, kind of want to brace her so that she doesn't fall off or anything. I can come up and brace her on the shoulder, We kind of hold her head, whatever it needs to be. However, she's very comfortable right now and stable on my back, and I can just walk back and forth. I wouldn't even have to hold on to her. I can squat, and everything's fine. And so she's still a little stressed out, but it's much more comfortable than her being braced with my arms. Fly on. Fly on. Let's go. Atta girl. Turn. Good turn. Plus. All the way down. Good plus. It's okay. Alright, so that's your front rack and your back rack. And just kind of get yourself used to that. Some things may be a little different for you depending on what you're comfortable with, but that's generally how you're going to want to do it. That's how I do it. And so whatever really is going to work for you and work for your dog, whatever is best suits your dog depending on the size of your dog and depending on, you know, the level of your dog's stability right now. So work yourself into it. If your dog is very stable, that's great, and just continue to improve that. But if your dog is not stable at all and just wants to jump out of your arms and out of your rack, then just continue to work on it and continue to integrate your dog into your fitness, and that way your dog's bond will increase with you, and you're going to further develop that stability in your dog. And you'll notice that if you do run tracks, or if you are a military canine handler, Leo canine handler, then you're going to notice that when you're taking your dog with you on missions, that the bond with your dog is going to be much greater when you're integrating your dog into these kind of activities. Alright, so that's some good information for you, and you can run over that and just keep on working at it. Alright, until next time, this is Adam. God bless you.